Mississippi in the middle of a dry spell. Mama's baby leaves him crying in the eye. Pink drink, the best. Yeah, let's go. No, I don't want this. Okay. Ooh, hello, people of Earth. Welcome in to your life. You made it this far. We can push on just a little bit longer. It was JJ Vance who told me that, hang on, this is some bullshit. I was out of tune because Brian had to pick up my guitar. Is anybody? I don't know. Just me too. I was like, nobody's lying. And I said, why are you drilling yourself, man? I said, what am I gonna do? Sleep? Might as well be here. I didn't mean to yell in your ear and make pee. It's bullshit, 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 bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, and the crying in the night. Bullshit, 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 kick boy. Bullshit, bullshit, and I cannot deny. Whatever goes there, it's a me, me, me. It's better when you do two notes together, they say. Stuff like that, I wonder if Jen at Criminal Confidential knew that what it was happening either was happening when she released that video just recently. Tammy, hello. It's very nice to see you there. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Or morning. You know what? You know what I just realized? Tony's here. His hat's over there. Don't panic. His hat is right. You know what? I know I have to show you. Sorry. He's got it on proper and nice. And he's looking out for you guys. Say hello, Tony. Hello, Tony. What do you think? He's got a career like 396 battery average. So when he talks, I listen. You know what I mean? I want to smash this thing right now. You see the other one just sitting there because the lady cleaned, but she didn't clean over there where it needed it. But she got rid of all the infectious grooves. If you know what I mean. Welcome to Crazy Land. If you're just tuning in, this is The Purge. We are part of a PSYOP called Operation GCD. Now the secret's out. And that's, yeah. Lucy is married to my partner there, Jage. It's the Cables and Jage show. I gotta do something. I had this one. Except for I did it cool. Wait, hold on. did it. What you gotta do is go. Oh God, I can't stand that. I'm mad at him right now. I'm mad because you work on a boat and work on a boat. It's just a staging area, guys, for the psyop. I was proud of my girl Chick Bait today on Tommy Jude Show. Wow, what a great presentation! And she made a great point. And she asked not Tommy, but the other dude that was up there to define psyop, and it looked like he was honestly he was reading it from Wikipedia. Like they're giving those long word answers and all this stuff. So I'm pretty sure he was. Not calling anybody up. It's almost there. It's almost. I need Chelsea Whitaker up there to really. What else am I gonna do? He makes AI pictures all day long of you being an angel. Maybe I can do it. Me. Twiz is watching. What did we have there? I think. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's cool." Judge Hitler. Wait, I had it. Remember? Judge Hitler, Lion Bill, down on the hill. Somebody help. Judge Hitler and Lion Bill, take it down. What's the point of anything, Tara? Song for Tara. Is that already a song? I'm gonna get a copyright. Thanx Thunder Club. Alright, let's, I'm not going to start this live with an untruth. Why do that? Why do you know? Lucy Morningstar just called me, and she said, don't worry, he's still innocent. Nothing's been signed. It's not over, tax man. It ain't over by a damn sight. I haven't got my pink drink sponsorship yet. That's obviously more important. Well, let me welcome you guys in here. Men for Kittens. Good to see you. I figured that since we spent through the last 3 years of our lives from morning, noon, night talking about this case, this was not a time to turn on the new Tim Allen show or watch that stupid game show with Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm not that kind of guy. I wouldn't do that to you. JJ may be in bed right now. I might have spent 3 hours live on my show and 3 hours live on Sarge's show, and then another 75 hours on all of the shows because they're replaying them, and it's tiring. It is. It really is. What's the point? What is the point of not going live? I'm the king of late night anyway. I've been, and I always will be, the rat daddy. And so we're just here to celebrate what is the biggest act of desperation. Can you think of anything better? Who could ask for anything more than for some, whoever this is, the leaker they're calling them, or whatever, to taint the jury pool? Because, once you've heard, oh, Brian's admitted now that he's guilty and he's taking a plea deal, there's no turning back from that. Even if he never said it, the jury. Sorry, I'm a wee bit on the lad side. Lad. Head, move. Cry himself to sleep on his giant pillow. What a better move than to say he admitted it. Oh, and then they have to say is, oh, he backpedaled. It's another tactic. They're trying to gain. Sorry, I don't know why I'm trying to talk over this darn air conditioner, and not one of you could come up here and make me shut it off. It's not going to happen. What was the thing of the? I'll remember in a minute. I know what y'all are here for, and I'm going to give it to you. There's new documents just released 5 minutes ago. No, I'm just kidding. Just like the clickbait title that I put on this live. If you are willing to believe he escaped, then please go on to believe that. And I have some land that is beachfront, and it's in Wyoming. They probably have some nice beachfront. Who am I to talk? But let's get to the Mews, and then I'll play my reel, because everybody's so excited to see it again. I don't know. I'll put a 1 in the chat if you want to see my reel. If you haven't seen it. It's an excellent reel, but, most of the names here I recognize, from a chat or two here. And, earlier when I was breaking up with you guys, as JJ so eloquently put it, when I was dumping you, first of all, there's a lot of ladies in this chat, and it would be impossible, or it'd be a lot of work for me to dump you guys. It can't happen, because first of all, there would have to be paperwork involved, there would be questions, I would have to give speeches. It wouldn't make any sense. If you guys dumped me, then, oh yeah, I never deserved you anyway, which is true. And to an extent, don't get too excited. So, what was I saying? Damn, I'll remember. Let's get to the Mews. If you haven't heard, Chief Fry got a new job today. Wow, fantastic irony today. He's back in the scene, folks. Our favorite French fry. Here to save the day. And I'm loud again. I'm sorry. Kids, go to bed. I'm going to read backwards. I'm going to read the Mews backwards. West Richland hires former Moscow police chief Free Fry. There's his picture. Now you've seen it. Okay. And then, what a coincidence. With the fire shooting yesterday in Idaho, makes national headlines again. Tension brewing in Idaho. Connections. Maybe. Some. Now the victim's family is furious. Because you know what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to enact Idaho justice themselves now. Is that the case? What are you mad about? I don't think anybody's accepting this. And Friday, I hate to quote him, as gorgeous of a man, handsome a man as he is, I would say that he was right. That Hitler's going to see this plea deal and be like, no, we're going to trial. It's already been set. August 11th. We'll have the jury picked, just in case you missed it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, in case I don't see you. Anyone agree? So no one's in the chat. There's a one. Thank you, Tax Max Thunder. So I'm gonna play it 6 times in a row now, since it was my favorite chatter that put it in there. Wadey Boyd. Hello, 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 hello. Who else is in here? Tommy Boy. Did you change your name for me, Tommy? Tom Boy. I saw her in the other chat. I was like, yeah, Callahan Breaking Bad. That's the funniest T-shirt I've ever seen. Tame, hello. That's French. Tame. I've been trying to, you know how they do like the double A run and the B Lock A. What are some other ones? D Nice. What are some other ones? I know them all. Principal Oshag Nasty. That's my favorite one. Go to Principal Oshag Nasty's office. Do you mean Principal O'Shaughnessy? Insubordinate. Nobody's even seen. Okay. Anyway, who else? Oh, Meg P is here. Hello, 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 hello. Meg P, always a pleasure, my dear. Who am I missing? Palm trees and bat poop. Bat guano. I'm sorry, ladies. Kids, go to bed. Jesse Schul, Mr. Sir. I was just about to start talking shit about you, and then you appear. What seems heavily edited? Is that my reel? Did you play the GMA interview? Interesting. Negative. I can't play anything on this channel. I can switch my live over, but then I would lose Big Mikey, and we do not want to lose that fella there, Narduel. And so we could do not Kane Bees the Purge. If I could do simulstream, if what's her name? Echoes had helped me to do that. I don't know. I was thinking about texting her to find out exactly what her dog thought about the whole thing. More interestingly, where is Echoes of Clarity? She's been sleeping for 3 days straight, so I'm very suspicious of her. I don't know. I just figure it's better that I just leave people alone to their device. I mean, if you're going to make mac and cheese all day for your dog, that's your problem. If you want to feed your dog a whole turkey, that's on you. That's my third one today. If I keel over, I'm having a heart attack. Call 911. Call 111-888-999-1113. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, they're furious. Let's check out the news break. Check out the news break. Yep, this bullshit and the bullshit. It's another point, Jesse, that we made over there, wasn't it? Why would they have had the penalty phase witnesses go through with all the motions over there if there was a plea deal struck? Nothing signed, as Lana said. Nothing even makes any sense, once again. And now that I've worked all my thoughts out and forgotten them, I forgot what I was going to say. Bullshit. Okay. I'm gonna play a little snipe of this. I'll go out on the limb for food.
A new donut line.
And apparently, Little Debbie's has stepped up their game. And if you're hungry right now, I apologize. I mean, peanut butter and guys. No press is bad press, right, Jesse? It looks like they've taken the game to the ice cream platform, my friends. I mean, wow. Cosmic something, oatmeal cream pies. Now, that might be adult humor. Welcome to the Purge. Your first time to the Purge. This might be your last time. No, it will never, ever be your last time. Once I have you, I've Kane ultraed you, and I've got you into my grasp. This was a humorous, now, I guess, sad story. A 64. Now, do you remember as a kid how old 64 seemed? I don't know if any of you are around my age, judging from my demographics, but yes, 64 seems like the new 30 to us. I would say, but we use a lot of skin creams and moisturizers and these types of things. So we're much more attractive than our predecessors. So little Miss Hubbard here, 64-year-old woman, pulls out a pew-pew and a lawn chair and blocks the Texas highway in hours-long standoff. I think this might have some relation to Oriani. I'm not sure. She's tough as nails. A woman in Texas sat in the middle of a highway on a lawn chair while armed with a pew-pew and threatening to bing-bing herself in a shocking incident that shut down the interstate. The hours-long event occurred on I-45 in the Spring area north of Houston after the woman was involved in a car accident. So there's always a triggering event, isn't there? I wonder if the prosecution finally established a motive or a means that this could have been done. No, they're not smart. The incident began when the woman allegedly intentionally crashed her car into the back of a semi in the southbound lanes of the interstate. No one was hurt in the crash, according to Major Cedric Collier. Fine, Megs. I feel your mind bullets. I'll play it. Okay, she'll keep calling me. She'll keep mind bulleting me. She has mind bullets that could unalive a yak at 50 yards. Am I right, Twiz, or wrong? Where is that? I don't even know where it is the problem. Oh, gosh. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little break from Mews. I'm going to rub some what is it, lotion on the skin? Or I'll get the hose again. And I'll be right back. So now, because of Meg P, you all have to do 50 push-ups. Each and every single one of you will qualify for this bandwagon. We only go with the mainstream media says here. And they have never let us down once. I'm surprised. Are you not surprised that the turkey of chickenless drunks has not done a damn? Maybe they have. Maybe, or I'm sorry, whatever that thing is. And Jeff's been very demure and very quiet. I did point that out earlier. I'm going to start with Meg's favy thingy here. Just because I like the Meg. We have a private, secret crime lab together, you guys. And, I'm not supposed to tell you about it. I may have... Oh, no, okay. This mic keeps attenuating itself. And nobody ever knows what I'm... you just parents... Hipplers just don't understand. I tried to make that joke on Sarge's show. And I don't know how it flew. I'm not sure 100% if it went over. Because I showed this picture here. Let me show you. And it was the original title of this live. It's hard to find. It's a rare photo that I drug out of my archives that I'd done long ago in a land far away. And this is it here. And that's just a close-up of it. That's not the whole thing. If you want to see the whole thing, you can join my Patreon and pay $7,000, and I'll show you the pic. This is Hippler and his wife, Hippler, with cone heads at the Bikini Atoll, where they dropped, I think, one of the first hydrogen bombs. That's where they go for vacation. And the title was Hipplers Just Don't Understand. So if you get it, you get it. If you're a kid of the 90s, you get it. Hipplers just ha. Kane's funny. Ha. I'm drinking pink drink. What do you want? All right, Meg. Fine. This is for Megs. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Yeah, maybe. Let's watch. Now the audio won't play. Let me crank this up so Megs can hear it. Get your hearing aid out, Megs. Just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I'll be back.
Such a way, say, since Serpent brought my duet surprise. Ah!
Okay, we gotta hear that again.
Such a way, say, since Serpent brought my duet surprise. Such a way, say, since Serpent brought my duet surprise.
What do you mean, actually, really handsome Angel D? No, that was one of the reasons, actually, and I haven't told you guys this, that YouTube hired me is because I speak fluent Muppet, 100%, top to bottom, and I'm not just talking about the Fraggle Rock stuff. I'm talking about the hardcore street Muppet, dumpster Muppet, theater Muppet. And if you don't believe me, ask the Hipplers. It's a new sitcom coming up on ACB. Meet the Hipplers. The Hipplers just don't understand. They can't wrap their heads around it. Do you get the joke now? Do you get it? If you have to explain it, Kane, it's... Here's me speaking fluent Muppet.
Such a way, say, since Serpent brought my duet surprise.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hold on, one more time. I just realized I didn't have the picture. One more Muppet lesson for you guys. And this is straight out of a children's book. So if children Muppets understand this, I mean, you guys are way behind.
Such a way, say, since Serpent brought my duet surprise. Such a way, say, since Serpent brought my duet surprise.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hey, Mario. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you, man. I really do.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, baby. That means a lot.
I've never used or owned any distortion pedal.
Right.
Nothing. You know, I always use the guitar cable straight to the amp. A lot of people, until they actually play my guitar through one of my amps, then they go, holy shit, Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, he interviewed me once.
Right.
And it was up in the studio, and my rig happened to be set up, and I was playing. He walked in, and he kind of nervously said, "Can I try it?" I go, "Sure." He turned it up, and it was just uncontrollable for him, you know? And he goes, where's your distortion pedal? I'm going, there isn't one.
Right, right.
If you have a great sounding guitar, you know, a quality instrument, and of course a good amp, and you know how to talk or make the guitar talk, that's the key.
For the video that I did in late February showing the Sacramento County deputies literally throwing an elderly woman out of their jail. Lots of updates. About 2 weeks later, their spokesman had a sheriff's podcast where they had the internal affairs people on, and they discussed this case.
Obviously, we've made the news. Some recent events, not in a really great light.
But their explanation about why they've provided no information is pretty lame.
A big criticism is, why aren't you guys talking about it? And why don't you have a statement? And the short answer is, it's under investigation. It sounds like a cop-out to a lot of people, but it's not.
Just a few days ago, that same spokesman gave an interview to the TV news where he revealed that just 4 days after their podcast, the deputy who actually did the throwing was fired. And he said that the investigation was now closed.
He was actually terminated by Sheriff Cooper on March 14th of this year. Obviously, the investigation began back in October and has since concluded.
Okay, they fired one bad apple. I don't know about you, but I count 6 police officers there in these videos. They left their faces blurred, they left them anonymous, and they closed the investigation. What about them? You can conduct all the interviews you want. There's nothing that they can say that will make what we see in the video, what we hear in the video, justified. They left her out there injured as they just walked in, like it was something that they do all the time. They got rid of one of the bad apples, but there are more. And if they're not going to discipline the others, they need to explain themselves. And they have not released any sort of report in this case. The best thing that you can do, though, is to share.
She hadn't moved yet. Oh, there she goes. Whoa, holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my.
Here he goes. He's going to hit some waves for sure, huh? Whoa. He's got one more set. Oh shit. He's going right up this one.
What is he doing out there? Whoa!
I want to answer that person's question. What happened that day, I do not know because I was not there. And with all of my heart, I truly wish that I was there because I think that if I was there the night that Brent got killed by the cops, if I was there, I believe Brent would still be alive. What I honestly think happened that night is I know that Brent did not like his roommates. They did not get along, and whether it was because he played his music loud or whatever, I don't know why, but I know that he didn't really like them very much. He didn't like anybody on the West Coast for that matter. What I think happened is they got into an argument. Brent was probably drunk. He was probably drinking, playing some music too loud or something. They got into a argument. Being in a situation like that with a gun involved, especially in this country, they're going to take it extremely serious. So the cops show up. I also think due to proximity in distance and in time, I think that since the murders happened about 20 miles away, about a month before, I think that the cops in their mind may have been like, what if this is that kid that killed those people? Like, what if it's that guy? And so they go in full defense mode. They talked, well, actually, there was quite a bit of a lack of communication. From what I was told, they did try to give him a phone to speak with them, like a negotiator or whatever. He would not talk to them. And after 7 or 8 hours, they decided to shoot him. I think the cops fucked up that. I think they dropped the ball and it completely landed on mine and the family's foot. And I think that after they killed him, they were like, oh, this wasn't who we thought it was. It was just a kid with PTSD. We up. His room was empty when the family went in. His room was empty, and his cell phone was on the kitchen counter, and it was factory reset. I think that the cops I think they made a mistake. They covered their tracks. That's what I think happened.
Those fools, do they want to see what we're made of?
This is a shot.
That is not just, that's like 4 shots.
Red, white, and blue will rip your throat out. Drink your blood, motherfucker.
Nothing.
Bombs are falling from the sky. Will hit the target. Time to simplify.
No way. Come on, girl. All right, up here. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. I hear you. You know you got to work for your food. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Now who's that good girl?
Oh. Oh.
I honestly keep wanting to tell the lady in that motorcycle clip, like, what did you expect? Have you ever seen this show? It's not just going to be some guy riding a motorcycle. Of course, I didn't brush my teeth. I got some potato salad. I've been eating delicious pork chops and a whole delicious tub of potato salad. That goes with it very well. It's, you know, the challenge, my friends, is not making a great video. The challenge is making a great video out of the same two songs that keep within a theme but are never the same. Well, a little bit here, a little spice, a little ruff, 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 never hurt. That is the challenge of a true videographer, editor guy like me. Like yours truly, my friends. And just for the Meg P's of the world, let's find out where we are right now in time and space. What video is upsetting you, Gigi? And I will read to you. This is not backward twist. Although that's a good thought. I think Muppetese might partially be backward. It might be backward German or something guttural. Let's listen in. I didn't skip any pages. That's misinformation.
Such a Wayne said, since Selfred brought my duet Selfred. Such a Wayne said, since Selfred brought
Such a Wayne fly. Waka 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 waka.
My duet Selfred.
I'm to the reactions of the Muppets is so authentic that it will go up in the AI awards. It will go up for an AE, an AI. They call it an AE. Did I skip it? You know, the Muppets don't know the difference. Muppets, let's be honest, they're not the brightest tools in the shed. They were born at night, and it was last night. They literally just fell off the...
Such a Wayne said, since Selfred brought my duet Selfred.
Well, I'm glad it's something that I did amuses you, Mitch. Everything else is just a waste of time. But let me see. I'm going to watch for this skip page. You guys, you can't slip anything by, you detectives, in this chat. Is that Grover on the cover? A young Grover, like a baby Grover? Right there. Can you see? Yeah.
Such a Wayne said, since Selfred brought...
Oh, I'm totally busted. I totally, like, thumbed through. I think it was getting a little hot there that day. I had the fro wig on and the necktie from Denny Terrio from Dance Fever. I might have actually raided Barry Manilow's closet. I do not have a cleft chin like that, so this JJ may have cloned me. I'm not 100% sure. Let's find out. Hang on. Oh. Here's evidence that the truth is not out there. Trish didn't even know it was live, and I called her 4 times. But I don't know. I admit guilty. I skip pages.
Such a Wayne said, since Selfred brought...
Should I just loop this and this is the show and I'll just jump into chat with you guys? And we can talk. It'll be much less annoying and much easier.
My duet. Such a Wayne said, since Selfred brought my duet Selfred.
It's something you can never get tired of, but here's the thing. I'm starting to understand it. Listen, if you listen closely.
Such a Wayne.
Asacha Wayne said. Asacha Wayne said. Yeah.
Since Selfred brought
Since second prog game. Oh, so it's probably Czech. I don't know whatever language they speak in Czech. But now you're not gonna be able to unhear it. Hold on.
Such a way. Say it. Since Serpent brought my duet surprise.
The Muppets and I got it. I don't know what you guys' problem is. Oh, Jason Stratham. I hate the Muppets. And you can't hate the Muppets. Nobody hates the Muppets. Listen, you can hate Fraggle Rock. I'll give you that. I can understand. I am Carlos Montoya. You killed my father. Whatever. Okay. What am I corrupting the Muppet youth?
Such a way. Say it. Since Serpent brought my duet surprise. Say it.
Jesse Schul is like, so that's how they do it over there on his channel. Oh my gosh, dude.
Such a way. Say it. Since Serpent brought my duet surprise.
This Muppet over here is the first one to be like, and then all the other ones get it. They're the little Muppets. Alright, let's run it. One more, guys, to torture you with. One video to rule them all. We watched all this. So I was thinking about when I was breaking up with you guys earlier, and I take it all back. Remember all the things I said earlier? I didn't mean it. Think back now. All of the strains, it's like COVID. All of the strains and variations of truth and untruth and deep dives and looks and pathways that we've followed down. Let's start at the beginning. 4 college students found unalived in their beds in an off-campus house after hours. All of a sudden, quickly, the Grub Chuck video appeared. Am I right or wrong? Such a way. Come on. So next, individuals started to be pointed out. And if anybody in my chat right now, it's our chat really. Let's call it what it is. If it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be a chat, and people wouldn't come back and put up with my annoying ass just to be around Meg P and the legendary. Shout out to Mr. Twizzle Sticks from Kane's BS, the Spurge. I'm happy you all are here. Big shout out to Christina Applegate. Big shout out to the world, to the nation, to News Nation for breaking the stories. I was trying to do the Rockford song. Big shout out to Rockford from Kane's BS, the Spurge. Today, welcome in and welcome back. If it's your first time back with the Spurge, you're welcome back. If you're just trolling, they call it. I don't call it trolling. If you're just, what do they call it? Ghosting or lingering. You know, it's better to be here than on a dating app. I'll tell you that right now. With the outcome of the latest Datist Appus Mundus. Are we going to get... Should I take advantage of Jage while is he still a fungus among us? Anyone know? Anyone, Jage? I see you at 1:23, which appears to be 9 minutes ago. So possible chance. Jage was not ready to shut the live down. I made an executive, maybe a little hasty or rash of a decision. I didn't realize that so many other creators, which obviously decided to go live at the same time. Of course, we want to hear all the opinions, but we, I think he was ready to wrap it up in a nice, tight little bow, and he's had more time to think about it. I've had him down in my basement, and that's funny, JJ, because there's exactly 7 minutes remaining on this video, as far as you know. Okay, so this is a work of art right here. Let's talk about, because usually I do something going downhill like the bikes or the water slide. This one, I literally got the silos doing the duck dance. So pat myself a little bit too hard on the back, and let's watch this part again, because it's a masterpiece. It's a cinematic masterpiece.
Yo,
KB, is that the name you claim? Rolling through genres, let me play this game. Rap like a madman, Eminem with the slang, spitting bars so sharp like a rap hangman. From YouTube fame to Idaho's wild ride, you're breaking it down, putting truths aside. Kane B got the purge, no doubt he's the king, breaking down the case like a YouTube machine. Kane B the purge, bringing heat in the booth. Facts on the table, there's no room for proof. Throwing down lyrics while the world's watching. Is it guilty or free? That's the question we're knocking. Kane B the purge, taking Idaho by storm. He's got the heat and the truth breaking the norm. We're all glued to this case, no one's letting go. Will Brian be guilty or will he be let go? Kane B's in the game, watch him lay it all bare. Will justice find the truth or just disappear in the air? Here's my bubblegum pop, you ready or not? Kane B's in the mix with the case so hot. Rap, rock, pop, he's switching it up. Dancing through the genres like a YouTube cup. Got Kane B, the purge, putting the story in flow. Breaking it down with humor, watch the case blow. Boom, Kane B's riding with electric groove. Breaking it down, yeah, he's on the move. He's got the purge, so come and watch him reign. Sipping on knowledge like it's truth on a train. Kane B the purge, taking Idaho by storm. He's got the heat and the truth breaking the norm. We're all glued to this case, no one's letting go. Will Brian be guilty or will he be let go? Kane B's in the game, watch him lay it all bare. Will justice find the truth or just disappear in the air? Now here I am, R&B vibes on deck. Let's get a little smooth, but don't forget I'm bringing humor, I'm bringing the sound. But this case got us all spinning round. KB with the truth, it's hard to ignore. Like waiting for that next chapter in the lore. It's hard to ignore, like waiting for that next chapter in the lore.
How you doing, man?
Hey.
My name's Trevor. I'm with the Bail Bond Company. I need to talk to Antoine.
Girl Scouts?
Bail Bond Company. I need to talk to Antoine.
Shit, my bad. One more time.
My name is Trevor.
Okay.
I'm with the Bail Bond Company. I need to speak with Antoine. I have a warrant for him.
My name's not Antoine.
Right. You don't look anything like Antoine. What's your name, sir?
My name? My name is Philip.
Your name is Philip?
Yeah.
Okay, Philip, do you have an ID with you?
No, Philip. But I'm not interested in anything you guys have to sell. But I think you guys have the wrong address.
We definitely don't have the wrong address.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
You want to double check?
No, I'm 100% sure.
Yeah, I think you got the wrong address.
No. Do you have an ID with you just so I can mark down who we talked to?
No.
No?
My name's not Antoine, though.
I know
you said yourself I don't look anything like Antoine. I think you're
Are we going to play these kind of games?
What game?
Here's the deal. I know Antoine's here. Okay. So the best bet is you say, hey, why don't you come on in, take a look around, see that he's not here, and then we leave.
See, I have some personal belongings in the house. I don't feel comfortable with you searching. But obviously I'm not Antoine.
Great. What's your last name, Philip?
Blake.
Philip Blake.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you got the wrong house, my friend.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, maybe the next door neighbor right there.
Right.
What address you got on there? You got to read the numbers.
2649. That's where you live, huh?
Maybe your paperwork's wrong?
No, it's not wrong.
I think that's wrong.
I'll be right back with you.
All right.
I think he's giving me a bullshit name. Just.
Such a Wayne said, since Southfed brought my him. Such a Wayne said, since Southfed brought my him. My duet Southlights. Such a Wayne said, since Southfed brought my him. My duet Southlights.
That's all we've been doing, Lucy, is just reading Kane Bo over and over. Now, I'm determined to do another one because I'm becoming fluent in Muppetese. So, and then, you know, Chickbait's going to come up here and do a striptease in Muppetese for us tonight, maybe allegedly. So welcome in, everyone. Nothing. Nice to see you. Nothing. Hello, Kane. Hello, Kane. How are you, Kane? It's good to see you. That's all I can do with Thank you. If I could do Willie, I would do Willie. Wait, that didn't sound right. If I could imitate Willie's voice, how about that? Let's see here. Mittens for kids. Wow, we got the whole late night crew up in here, and I'm just gonna take a wild guess. Unless your spout, it's not Thursday. I have no idea what that means. As usual, we need a cipher, a whole different cipher for Chickbait. You know, she's the star of the Tommy Jude show over there. Yeah, that was. I saw the text you sent me. You sent me that set effect previously. Let me see here. I can't believe I just called her Heather. I don't. Oh God. Here's a nice check. Who dareth texteth me at this late hour? Who could it be? Who can it be? Meow. He needed 7 minutes. There, Lucy. She was trying to keep that one private. Sorry, I doxed you. Who was it? Somebody, I think Leia's Story came in here and said, I had your song, your next chapter in the lore song stuck in her head. The Tommy Jude Variety Hour vodka included. I have a little piece, whatever, I don't know, Chickbait, what kind of headphones these are. I think they're X something or what. They're an ex-girlfriend story, actually. I was at Long's Drugs, and I was shoplifting. A little story about me. I was 27 years old, and I was an expert shoplifter. Oh, they're Pioneer. They're Pioneer DJ ones. And they're the high dollar ones. They're the more expensive. Of course, now they're falling apart. They've gotten a lot of... When you have this much forehead, you get a lot of wear and tear on your headphone. So you have to buy the good ones. You can actually... I'm not going to do it right now, but you can just peel these off and replace. I have the replacement pads. I don't have this unit. That's what she said. Alright. We already got producer credits coming on here. First one coming from Angel Delicious, and that would be Angie or Kangy Wangy. Let's change this up a little bit. This over here. I love the thumbnail on this. Let's see. I don't know who did that. Pretty creative feller. Let's change channels. Change the record, man. Okay. Angel D. I was doing so well with the copyright strike. Oh well. There goes the chat replay. Oops. Okay. Let's see. This show brought to you with limited and actually no commercial interruptions. Thank you, Kane B. Alright, what do we got from Lucy here? Nice quiet document. Let me change gears over here. I can do it. Oh, you didn't even... Okay, you guys hopefully didn't hear or see that. Excellent. Angie, we're going to have to talk in the back rooms here. I got to delete and remake here. It's not Thursday. I'm still pondering that one. Mississippi in the middle of a dry spell. Judge Hitler sitting on a throne of lies. Alright, let's zoom this up so we can all see and join in the fun. Quit mumbling, Kane. Your AC's too loud. Okay, here we have Idaho. Grind seat. 30. Record details. Ada County. Is Vine still a thing? I didn't know they still had Vine. So once again, Chickbait might be able to help out with this. We need a cipher. Disposition active. Disposition date. January 5th, 2023. And let's see. What am I looking for here, my dear? Was this just to prove that he was arrested? There's something. Ada County Sheriff's Office. There's a phone number. Should I call the phone number? I called the 911 line in Moscow the other day at the behest of one of the chatters. Thank you very much. Click court events. Excellent. All right, there's more to come. Let's see, court events. I do not see that. I see go to record details. Let's try that. Got it. Go back. What did you click the tab? Go to record details. Click the tab. Date. Thank you, Lucy. There we go. It only took me 45 minutes. Right, she didn't even give me a for feck's sake once. The patience runs deep with this one. Let's. She was even helping me. Wow, she's feeling awfully generous tonight. So event date, there it is, guys. July 2nd, 2025, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Scheduled hearing event at Ada County Courthouse. So if I want to catch any court dates, I might want to hop on a plane right now. And she's biting her tongue. Trust me. Event. Oh, interesting. Part 2, folks. There's more. Oh, my big fat head is in the way. I'm so sorry. Let's make sure that Kane is not just making this shit up. Here it is. Event date, July 2nd, 11 a.m. It's a big event. There'll be barbecue and refreshments. Number 2, event date and time, August 4th, 2025, 8:30 a.m. A scheduled hearing. Interesting. Now, Jewels of All Trades, formerly known as the Jewels, called, I believe it was Moscow PD or the courthouse. One of the two. If I'd been wise, I'd have called the courthouse while they're still there. I think she called somebody. Who knows what? They close at 4 o'clock though, so we have to wait till the morning. Event date August 1st, 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Scheduled hearing at the Ada County Courthouse. Event date and time July 31st. Scheduled here. So that's, hold on, let me see if I can count still. July 30th. Scheduled. Holy list of events. And you thought it was over. July 18th. Oh, it's 2029. See, 2020. It's in the 2099. Did JJ? Is that what JJ said? 20. Who knows? Anywho, event date May 5th. Okay, that's going way back. This one was May, And then we had June 18th, not July. And then July 28th, 2025. So that's the first one coming up in the Boise State Courthouse there with Brian C. Koberger. And then we have great find in this schedule. Wow, this looks like it was pre-release to the pre-release to the pre-release. The guy behind the guy behind the guy. And so event date, so one. So that's odd. Because here they're holding an 8:30 hearing, and then they book one the next day. So if there's so much of the shutdown of the case, why do they need 2 hearings? Why don't just get it all over with all at once? And then you have one more scheduled, July 31st. That's 3 if you're counting. August 1st, that's 4. August 4th, that's 5. And then this one, July 2nd, so Wednesday. Oh, okay, so these other ones may have already been prepared in the whatever, in the nether. Who knows? Is that correct, Lucy? Am I right? Case number. I was trying to search the cipher. I wasn't sure it was going to be this easy. Hearing, 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 hear ye, hear ye. So we start the 2nd. We go the 28th, 29th. Were they plan? I don't remember them planning all these hearings. I just heard like August or July 31st, but I might be wrong. These might have already been up. It unfortunately doesn't tell. Now let's check the docs. Let's see what it is. Those darn docs. Keep fooling us. Can't believe I was able to. Oh. I almost beat YouTube. He's like, you can hit pause 6 times and it'll still play. YouTube refuses to be stopped. Like, when you try to close YouTube, it opens a little corner. It's like, I don't want that. I just want to close the damn program. And I close all the other programs close. Howard Blum is called. Now that's okay. I'm not gonna all of a sudden start believing Howard Blum, Tara. But you wonder. Like I said, fingers are gonna start pointing soon. And isn't it ironic that the defense is allegedly bowing down on a knee to the prosecution, just as the prosecution's case is completely falling apart, and they're desperately throwing out every piece of turd that they've been trying to lie to us with all along. And we talked about, that was from JJ, and we talked about this earlier on Sarge's channel with Dago. I forgot what we talked about. I don't remember. Whatever it was good. Let's see if there's documents. I doubt that anything. But hold on, I'm upside down. Oh, my blood's rushing to my head. If you get those teeter-totters, though, I hear they're good. Order sealing filing defendants, additions, objection to the jury questionnaire, motion to seal second notice of filing defendants, additions. I have a confession to make. I was in Sarge's chat there, and they brought up Miss Potts because he's like, I'm not going to read documents. That's what Miss Potts is for, which is one of my jokes. And I just think that we might think similarly on humor, or he stole it from me like everything else everybody does. I'm only kidding, Sarge. Not really. And so, what I did is I posted those AI pics of Miss Potts in a bikini, and everybody was drooling over her. And if she was watching, or when she watches it in a replay, she'll get a real kick out of it. Let me see what they're saying about. Another one here. Let me hide the email just so. That's funny, Lucy. I wish I could play that. That's good things here. Yeah, check that out. Check that out. That link that I approve it. I absolutely approve. She's gonna fuck me. She liked them. What are you talking about? She said I look amazing. What are you, Lucy? Sometimes your dog, you know, kick boy, kick. Oh, there he is. I suppose that a link would be in order at this point. Oh, I've been live this whole time, and just when I thought it was safe to come back in the water. Music. If this is not Kane, if this was not Kane Bees, do you guys want to switch over to not Kane Bee? I'll be happy to switch over to not Kane Bee, and we'll go absolutely bazonkos over there. I'll be happy to do it. I wanted to give JJ a chance to use more profanity up here. Get me in trouble. The sensors are hot, JJ, remember. But anyway, yeah, no, so, yeah, unfortunately, that's the problem. The music there. Turtle Boy, huh? Yeah, check out the link. We can go, you know, folks, don't believe everything that comes out of Lucy's fingers. She absolutely loved those pictures, and Heather was offended by them. However, she was preliminary because, see, there's a right brain and a left brain to Miss Potts, and they don't always meet in the middle, you see. What am I doing to you, Chick Bait? I'm just here. The hipplers just don't understand, my friend. They don't get it. But yeah, sooner or later, Lucy will shut her trap because JJ will be up here talking. Kick boy, kick. You like how I brought it all together? The right brain meets the left brain in the middle. I know my Potsy Watsy. I would never hurt her feelings in a million years. Lana and I have scheduled a golf tournament for all Purgers and Lonanians in Tarpon Springs at Innisbrook Golf and Tennis Resort. So join us on August 18th for 18 rounds of professional golf. I am a scratch golfer. I will warn you right now. I will hustle the crap out of you. Believe that. Kids go to bed. And you won't see it coming. You'll just think this is some dork in too short shorts. What did I do? Oh, I gave you the wrong link, JJ. That's like the Zach Gal. I'm going to call that the Zach Galifian. Never mind. I need, you guys call me out on all my mistakes. I can never just throw misinformation. How come the other channels put misinformation out there all day, every day, and they get 14,000 views? I haven't broken 1,000 views in 17,000 weeks. I can't even get 70 likes to save my life. I know that lick from Rockford. I just can't play it. It's the simplest thing. He's gonna listen back.
Is this the Purge?
Oh, holy crap! Where did you folks hear that? Where did that come from? I'm sorry, sir. This is the RePurge. You might have the wrong address.
Are we purging?
Are you live?
I can see me on the screen, Kane, but I can't hear you.
Oh wait, hold on. We have a feminine.
Oh my gosh!
A feminine voice says.
I don't think he's got you on the screen yet.
It's like the worst thing I've ever signed up for.
I'm not a fan of the system. It seems to have a lot of bugs, doesn't it?
When we recruit you people here, they kowtow to the MK Ultra program.
Kane, is this the Purge? Are we purging?
This is the anti-purge.
Oh, they can't hear me. Hold on. I see why. It's my fault.
I expect more.
You can hear me?
Yeah. I'm not impressed, Kane.
Hold on. I don't know.
Me?
What happened?
My Yelp review is going out the window.
I have to fix something somehow. Let me see.
Boo!
I agree.
Waiter, please bring me some
Let me
more
try
water
this.
or
Let me try
something.
something.
Oh my
Hold on.
gosh.
This. What are you guys? Are you guys Miss Pottsing me or
I
something?
agree too.
Can you guys hear
So
them?
who's in purgatory with me?
I definitely hear Chickbait.
Oh,
Chickbait,
howdy.
you're live. I think
Howdy.
we can see GCD.
What's your name, fine young sir?
There you are. See, I told you, just be patient. And I think he's going to pop in and pop back out is what's going to happen here. So we'll see how this goes.
There. All right. Young sir, hi. Hello. Kane?
Good evening.
I got some
Chickbait,
beef
proud
with
of you
you.
today. Very nice
Bring
presentation
out my records.
on his show. Nobody was even close to your level on that program tonight. And not one of them got a damn
I'm
word
on
that
air
you
with
said.
what?
But I was following.
I can't hear crap.
What the hell? Is this a takeover? JJ, can you hear me?
Can
Tommy,
you hear Kane? Because I don't think I can hear Kane now. I can't.
Hello?
I don't know what this format is, or I like your headband sunglasses guy.
Sunglasses?
Thank you.
My headband? Oh, that
Yeah,
sunglasses.
but can
That's
you hear
Cartman.
and see what's going on
Yeah,
without going back to YouTube?
No, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I
She
can't
can hear me.
you.
Can't you hear me, Chickbait? I thought she could hear me.
I know
Hold on.
you, sunglasses guy. Sunglasses guy, I know you from somewhere.
How's that?
I'm Kane's
Can you hear me now?
JJ Vance.
Hello.
We can hear you now.
See?
Yeah,
Told you.
hi.
Hey, where'd you go? Oh, we lost Chickbait. Sorry. Bye. Nice try,
That's
pal.
some bull.
Where'd your video go? Fools? Alright,
Are you talking to me, sir?
No, I would never. We got tiny Chickbait and giant JJ. That's how it should, as it should be, as is tradition.
That's Coomer Scott Green, sir. He's the Kappa Sigma butt chugging champ of 1984.
Are you guys okay? Or
Let me check my throat.
let me clear
Welcome
my
in,
throat.
Chickbait. How are you today? It's very nice to see. I'm sorry to hear you lost your back glasses. That is a. Sometimes you just have to wait a hot minute and everything pulls together. JD keeps making himself bigger, and now we've lost Chickbait.
Are you cloning me again, Kane?
JJ, I wanted to clone your opinion, your wrap up from earlier, because I feel like I cut it short. I really honestly do.
Well, here's the deal, bud. Lucy Morningstar sent me that same link. And here's the deal. We're working on any implications that there is a plea deal is working off of the unvetted rumors of Brian Enton, and where he said he's quoting quote unquote sources close to the prosecution. And now we know that they have future hearings that were scheduled today as well, past July 2nd. And July 2nd, I would argue, is a hearing scheduled today for the express purposes of resolving the issues identified in the subpoenas in the Pennsylvania court today. So that's what I would argue July 2nd's about. We now have July 28th through August 4th, where they have other matters to decide before the start of the hearings of the trial, which they demand are to begin in mid-August.
Yeah.
So have we isolated the leak through this?
They don't give a shit about a leak, Kane. The only reason they even issued that was to provide validity to the Dateline and all these other documentaries.
Just testing. I was just seeing if you're paying attention, though.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
You want to get cloned,
You
pal?
know he's a scrutinizer.
Dude, I assume you're cloning me right now. You're plotting, dude. I knew it. I knew it.
I know better than to clone the Princess of Darkness. Can you imagine a world with multiple hers? It would not go well.
Kane, you are the Princess of Darkness.
I agree. I agree. So what's your opinion, ma'am, on today's
object.
events?
Wait till you hear her little spiel. Go ahead.
Oh my
Chickbait.
gosh.
I'll give you the
that is
floor.
so- Wow. Thank you. I feel like everyone was taken away, like sail
Yup.
away, like a stick song, We
Yup,
were
not
all
even a
there
good stick song,
for
but-
1 minute, and for the next minute, we were not there, We were somewhere else. Angry, petrified, other emotions I can't identify.
I think that's an accurate description of what I've witnessed from folks on the interwebs today. Sure.
Yeah, the interwebs were on fire, They were lit AF, as the kids would say.
You know. It's an
Also, I
accurate
think
portrayal of events.
Those kids need
no,
to get
but
off
I
my lawn.
honestly do think that, I think it's a tactic, you know? What a tactic is. And
Oh,
I
it's a
do
tactic.
think
It's a lot of propaganda, right?
no, I mean, it's strategy. I do think that if there is a 2-day delay, well, given it's now Tuesday in some time zones, Wednesday is the day where they have to file officially, right? And go to court and go, "Yep, I'm gonna take the plea," right?
There are no deadlines, chick bait.
Well,
No,
that's
I
that's
didn't say there
operating.
are or they aren't, you know, what I'm saying is that what we know is what we know. And
Well, that's
also what
operating
we
under the
know
assumption that the hearing on July 2nd is for a plea and not for to resolve the subpoenas
it's
from
no
Pennsylvania.
bearing on what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that if nothing's filed, it hasn't been officially filed. That's true. Okay? On the other hand, we do have information. We don't know where it came from. We don't have substantiated evidence on where it started from. We have Brian, whatever, you know, from News Nation, whatever. And we have information that came out and leaked out within, like, I would say within 45 minutes or so, because I was following other news before this started. And when this happened, I was taken kind of aback. And I do admit that. However, I do think that this is par for the course with the defense and the prosecution. The prosecution has nothing, and the defense also knows they have nothing. And they're having a pool party right now, middle of summer, Idaho. Let's go.
So earlier, chick bait, you came up with an excellent definition of psyop, and I thought it was interesting. Not you, but the other person, Eldridge or whatever, that was on your panel with you.
Eldridge. I did
You,
not go live with anybody. That
it
was a different show.
Eldridge, the elder of all the olden elves. You know that. It was, you know,
It was
like,
not on my panel.
it was
No.
6. What is? How does the old kids nursery rhyme go, JJ? 6 squirrels in your grandma's ranch, something.
I said 7.
4, 6, 9. Damn good time.
You can't even You can't even raise your heartbeat in 6.
I'm
I said
joking.
7 minutes, sir. 7.
We're
Whoa,
quoting
wait.
Harlan Williams, chick bait. Never mind us. He's thunderstruck
Oh, yeah,
wheelchair. Tony, man, you have the sharpest mind in all of the tubes of you.
Are you guys okay?
No, not by a stretch.
Can I
Are-
take your pulse?
I returned the question to you. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, I mean, why did you
Cheeky
ask
monkey.
me for what I said if you knew what I said didn't matter to your question?
Oh no, I wanted you to repeat exactly what you said, and you get one word wrong, I'm kicking you off the panel. No, but she
word
asked
wrong.
Brian Enton, who was on the panel with her, to
Brian
answer a question.
Enton was not on the panel with me,
And
first of
she
all.
said, define what you remember, I have control here. I can mute you. You're muted. You're muted. You're not going anywhere with this. You can't argue with me. No, Brian Enton said this whole long-worded definition of what a psyop is. And he was literally, chickmate, was he right or wrong? And I'll let you speak for 1 second.
News Nation?
Yeah, when Brian Enton said that, and he read all these big, and it was literally off Wikipedia. And if you're hungry, snap into a sidebar. Now, hold on. And now, Chickbait was baiting him. See, that's where her name really comes from. We all thought it up to this point was Chick Bat, but it's actually Chick. She baited this guy, and I know what you're thinking. Get your mind's out of the gutter. But Chick Bat...
No. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
At what point, Kane, at what point did you realize I was asking him the most important question?
Oh, I never said it was important. I just said it was well played.
No. At what point did you realize when I said, can you please tell us what psyops means?
Well, the thing about it is he was right at the ready with the Wikipedia version of the answer. If he has that great of a memory and he can spit out all those SAT words at a moment's notice, then good on him. Are you Brady bunching me right now? Did you use Hollywood Squares?
No,
my ass?
I'm just asking you. Why did you
I
think
will
I was
Hollywood
baiting him?
Squares you back. I'm Hollywood
Kane,
Squares you right now.
why do you think I was baiting him?
Oh, because you're. I would like. Can you please offer your response, Miss Chickbait? Oh, Lord Master of the Tommy Jude Show.
No, Mr. Kane, Lord of the Purge. Like,
What makes me an
it goes
expert?
both
Is that the
ways.
next question? What makes me an expert?
No. You were watching it when I saw your comment. I laughed out loud, not LOL. I literally just turned off my camera and laughed out loud. Okay, because you had me at that. I'm glad you were there.
Yeah, I made the rounds tonight. I knew everybody was gonna be. I even got a little piece into Lana's chat for a minute. We ran a 3-hour purge.
Yeah, but I'm not too concerned about that because Lana's doing a bang up job with everything. She always has been. You know what I mean? I am trying to go under the radar as much as I can. I don't understand YouTube, to be honest, but
That might be a good approach. YouTube is out to get you. I'll be honest with you right now, from experience.
they're gonna get you all that you want.
The Mormons are coming for us, Chickbait. It's without a doubt.
I'm out of here. The
Are you
Mormons are here. I'm
serious?
out of here.
Wait, no, are you serious? The Mormons? What about the Amish?
Yes, lock your
I
doors,
can't do
folks.
this alone. I can't do this alone. Oh my god. I'm here with the Muppet. Okay. Are you Howard Bloom?
No, but this is Howard Bloom the Muppet. He's slightly
Howard
smarter
Bloom
than the
Muppet.
regular Howard Bloom, but only a little
Have
bit.
you ever done a song on a log?
No, but have you met Judge Hitler?
No. But have you met Adolf Hitler?
I've heard of Adolf Schittler.
I've
The censors just knocked on my door.
Oh,
Hello, sir.
yeah,
Is Vince there?
my apologies, sir. I've heard of Adolf Poopler.
I heard my internet's about to go out. Oh my goodness. I have no idea how this works.
Why are there so many Hitlers with rainbow hair? And what's on Chickbait's other side? Saeed. Remember Saeed? I'm trying to go over all this stuff that we broke up about, JJ, earlier.
I kept telling you, dude. I don't know why you're breaking up with everybody.
I told you there would have to be paperwork, speeches given. If my chat dumped me, everybody would be like, well, yeah, he's a piece of crap. He never deserved them. And no, there would not be any questions. But me trying to get to weasel my way out of this relationship is not happening. Chickbait down. Chickbait down. What happened to you, Chickbait? She went out. She's going to come back in. That's the R&B version of Lucy Morningstar. Lucy. There's a delay in my headphones. That's why it sounds so bad. It's not the wrong notes, Twiz. There are no
Are you
wrong
sure?
notes. Yeah, it might have been out of tune. The drunk guy handled my guitar yesterday for 2 minutes. I allowed him to play my guitar and completely ruined it. Ask Chelsea Whitaker. So have you been crying yourself on your giant to sleep on your giant pillow tonight, JJ? Or
Was he playing guitar like he was ringing a bell?
Touche, sir. Touche.
Go, Johnny, go.
Oh. Yeah, let's not bring the ex-girlfriends into it. I have a future ex-girlfriend in the works right now.
Oh yeah, please tell.
Well,
I've
met all kinds of interesting people in the last couple of days, and there might have been some cheating going on. And I'm not talking about the ex-girlfriend futures. I'm talking about as far as things in my life that aren't supposed to be but are. Became yesterday. I'll tell you about it in the back chat later. But oh wow, we were talking about the grub chuck. We were talking about the 8-hour delay, and how did I miss the gooch in my breakup speech?
That's what I was wondering, sir.
Duh, gooch. Da gooch, da chick bait. Future ex to be, Derek's Oh, Heather has sworn, or Lucy has sworn not to ever be my ex-girlfriend. And good honor. It's not a title that anyone wants to hold. I'm sorry, JJ. I'm interrupting your brain hole. Oh, here, chick bait back. Chick bait back. I don't know what makes me an expert, chick bait. Maybe it's my expertise in procrastinating.
I'm sorry, I heard my name and I was Pavlov.
Hold on, wait. Everyone, welcome Chick Bait. Big shout out to Chick Bait.
5 people said yes, and 3 people unsubscribed.
That's common practice. You see, they hit us with subscriber bots here in this channel. They're trying to take us down.
I'm sorry, I'm not a bot. I'll try harder.
I'm sorry too. I paid for a bot, and damn it, I want me a bot.
I know, and you bought me off Temu.
What was Jesse Schul still in here? Jesse Schul showed his girlfriend to us on the live tonight. You might have missed that, chick bait. You might want to take a look.
Do you want my husband down here tonight?
Your
Is
husband?
that what you guys want? My fake husband?
Your real husband or your fake husband? Is he a bot?
I'm not married.
Is JJ being cloned right now? Damn, bet your sweet ass.
If you're cloning me, Kane, I'm out of here, bud.
So Kane,
yes, ma'am.
How's the weather out there? Any alligators?
No, it hasn't rained alligators in weeks. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. I look out for you. You know, I do.
I appreciate that. There has been a lot of bad activity, though.
Oh, that's because I have minions.
Minion bats?
They do my bidding.
Okay, 3 people just unsubscribed. That's a real thing.
They'll come back.
They always come back.
Kane, you're fine. You're fine. In my mind, you live in a really elaborated, established trailer park. It looks like a trailer, but outside it's a mansion.
It's actually pretty cute on the outside. I'll be honest with you.
It's like you built a faux fake trailer inside a mansion.
Did you say we're faux?
And you drive a Lamborghini. No, Lamborghini. I said Lambo.
Lambo? I drive a Lambo.
You're not a phobe.
Let me see if I can hold on. I'm trying to clone JJ. Don't wait. Hold on.
I'm out
Don't
of
go
here,
anywhere
bud.
yet, JJ.
I'm out of here, bud.
I can't leave because I need special help.
Ain't nobody sleeping tonight, chick bait. Even JJ's up way late. Wow. You don't have a show tomorrow, do you, JJ?
No, that's the only reason I'm still up.
I miss Heather, but I love Lucy.
Juicy? You mean Juicy? She's got some splaining to do.
Well, she stole my wrench, and that's okay.
She stole your wrench?
Yeah, that's okay. She can have it.
I've been meaning to talk to you about you and that wrench. No.
I know, but I don't like confrontation. So.
Me either. Let's just leave it what it is. Let's let it be. Let's let JJ talk
Exactly,
for a minute. Because that's what the folks are really here to do. And I've cloned him 4 times already, and he hasn't even.
I know. Trust me, sir. I'm watching you clone
Kane,
me.
why
And
are
I'm
you
my hands on
putting
the button to get
How many
out of here.
tabs do you have open?
Turn it off. Turn it off. Oh.
This is like Fight Club 2025, but we're in the Matrix.
2025. Imagine what's going to be up in that year. There she is, Lucy Morningstar. Look at what a sweet face on the. That's what I keep saying, chick bait. Is the prettier the face, the darker the intention. So you have things like allegedly the Mormons.
Oh, you're calling me pretty.
Or the Shriners. And we're JJ, was that on the show we were talking about the Shriners and how they pull some kind of serum out of babies, allegedly?
What,
I don't care. You're calling me pretty. I'm gonna go tell all my friends.
JJ's still. a little beat up.
My
for
mom's
getting
gonna be so proud. My mom's not alive. Everyone's gonna be so amazed. Okay, do I get a trophy or something? Or
Not until you define psyop, damn it. I want an exact wording or you get booted.
I asked what? Oh, to me, in my opinion.
Well, just give me the
Oh,
answer you
ouch.
gave your setup guest over there in your panel with Brian.
Oh,
Eddy.
it wasn't my panel.
Let's not sit here and squabble over semantics. I'm an expert, damn it, and I want to hear the answer.
Oh, you really want to know why I asked that?
I know why, but go ahead and tell your version.
Oh, psyops to me is well, I am studious. I study a lot of psychology. I have done that my entire life, even like before high school. That's honest to God the true story. Psyops to me is not what you think it is from a sci-fi movie or something, or whatever somebody's saying with the Code of Trial, for instance. And to be the long, boring story short, that you have this one piece of information, you think that's the agenda, but the agenda that you're concentrating on is not the many agendas that are actually operating at the same time, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 9 times at the volume of speed of which you cannot even fathom. Therefore, I asked, what do you mean by psyops? And that's why I asked it.
Go on.
That was it.
My phone has been attacked. What is One UI? Does anyone know? No, I'm not kidding.
I thought it was a urinary tract infection, so
I think it's a urinary phone objection, and I can't take my battery out because you can't do that anymore. And I'm holding
Kane,
the power
the fact
button.
that I kept that in a nutshell and didn't expound on it should give you credence to
Let's
the
get
fact
the
that I'm not.
crackdown psychological breakdown of the.
Oh, you want to break down my walls like Pink Floyd? Okay, I was like,
I don't
what
think
the
that's a
fudging
thing.
fudge are you talking about? Yeah, that's what I meant. Psyops means a a covert operation that was already in play way before, that's under the radar, that isn't illegal, but also is ran by legal enterprises for the merit and benefit of the end outcome.com.
Feeling hungry? Snap into a sidebar.
Long day in the courtroom. Grab a sidebar.
Feeling hangry? Grab a Snickers.
Chick baby. Alright, anyway, stick to definitions, damn it.
No, I love the way you sigh and get angry with me. So,
That wasn't an angry sigh. You would know if it was an angry sigh as a psychologist.
I would. But also, I fidget a lot and act like I'm not here. Just so you don't know where I'm at.
I don't think that's, what do they call it?
Do you want me to stare into the void of the screen and look at you and stare in your eyeballs?
You make your twitches sound intentional, but I don't buy it for a minute.
I don't go on Twitch. That's a.
Well, they banned the Twitch too, so I could see why.
Well, I played guitar with Jeff H, and I'm sure he is fascinated by that too.
Where is Jeff H at this particular moment? Doesn't one have to question Jeff?
Exactly. There's your psyop.
We did have a couple trolls, JJ. I don't know how long you hung out in there or where
Where
they go.
is Jeff H? Where is Jeff H? Where?
Sidebar, sir.
Is this the purge?
No cloning. No cloning zone.
I caught some of your all show over there. No, it was good stuff. I enjoyed your commentary and the other folks there, and I did catch some of the troll activity, yes, before my show.
Did you catch the one somebody made an account that said pro burgers can kick rocks, and then they typed in pro burgers kick rocks? I was like, oh, that's pretty rich. I was like, who's that coming from? I can only imagine it's one of 3 people, right?
Kane, somebody commented on a video from a year ago from mine and said, "Are you crying now?" And I'm like, I don't know. Are you okay?
Really? Somebody trolled you like that?
Oh, yeah. Her name was Christine. She was awesome.
Christine is the name of my car, by the way.
Oh, no. I said, are you mature? Because I think that's a gift you shouldn't throw away.
Yeah, I don't waste my time bantering with trolls. It's pointless.
I comment back because my hand can't stop doing it. You know that movie with Devon Sawa? Like Idle Hands? That's me. And I'm just
Nobody's
like,
seen that movie. GP.
Nobody. It doesn't even exist.
Anyway, JJ, is this the purge?
Are we Persian?
I don't know. Did you? I'm trying to get the most hula burger out of you for my buck here before you. I know you're gonna slowly drift off and fall asleep on me because it always happens. And inquiring minds want to know: do you have any Grey Poupon, sir?
No.
I don't.
Touché.
I don't. I'm fresh out of the poupons. But here's the deal, bud. I'm still waiting to hear some apologies for you breaking up with all the purgers earlier.
Can I paraphrase for you, Kane? Can I be like your translator?
Silence.
He is so very sorry.
Chickbait silence. I have to apologize to my loyal following for dumping them on the side of the road like 6 parts of a human body that took their own life.
Yeah, you're the leader here, buddy. You're on the charge to Idaho according to your theme song, and here we are. You earlier just telling us all to go. You told us you subscribed to the Hitler Friends and Family program. You told us all to go fuck ourselves.
I think you're getting carried away, sir. I believe that the exact phrase I used was, yes.
Oh, my apologies. You said go Farfig Nugan yourselves.
Can I talk for you, Farfignugan?
Don't put words in my mouth, Chickbait.
No, not you. Your other fine commenter.
Who, Carmen?
I can't see. This is a sidebar in a bag of chips.
I plead the fifth.
I don't see a name. I don't see a face. But let me
good call. Ma'am. Touche, Chickbait, touche. All right, so look, here it goes, guys.
He's asking you a question.
And I'm gonna mute the fuck out of you guys right now, both of you, since JJ called this out, and I want to be personal. Attention, chatters of the Perginian variety race. I apologize to each and every one of you from the bottom of my dark Lord of the Morning Star heart. I am looking directly into your eyes now, and I'm saying I'm sorry, but yes, I am the hero of the Douglas Outlaw song. I do take Idaho by storm on a daily basis. However, we are all human and subject to our emotional reactions, and I was triggered, and I was thoughtless by dumping you, and I take it everything I said back. Happy, Jake?
I salute you, sir. I'm welcome to continue joining you on the Purge. I appreciate your time and service.
I am now brainwashed and will do whatever you guys tell me to do. Not only you, Kane, but all of your lovely, adoring fans in the chat.
When I point to you, I want you to say Lewiston.
Lewiston. You didn't point to me though.
Okay. Do not speak unless pointed to.
No, have to point like.
Listen, Chickbait, I know I could have you all night long if I wanted. I got to get every bit of the Jage. I must squeeze him like a lemon, so the juice runs down your leg.
You know, Gage the pubes is my favorite friend.
Okay, I'm about to sarge you right.
There's a surcharge.
Oh, is this the Purge?
Hi.
We here at the Purge do not advocate the acts of butt chugging. However, Coomer Scott Green, 1984 Kappa Sigma butt chugging champ, 1984.
It is still. If anybody recognizes this virus that somebody has put on my phone, I am sure this is the end of my phone here, and I did not get the insurance. So,
it's called your mom. Here's my husband.
Well, that's just backward.
I need to bring a husband on here. We're in Amish country.
Things just got weird. Are we purging?
Things just got weird? Are you kidding me, dude? We got a butt chugging champ on the screen.
Daddy Green. I wish I could stop this
Missouri's
thing
not a real state.
from doing this. What do you think the jury? How do you think the jury's going to react to this situation? I wonder.
Not guilty.
Well, I know how Hitler's going to react to it, sir.
Oh my gosh. All right, there's my husband.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but I think it might get me blocked on YouTube. I don't know what kind of interaction that was just now, but we're going to have to say goodnight. Good night, Chick Bay. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we got D-pics right up here in my very chat there, JJ. We've been sabotaged again. I invited it. I invited it in the door, I guess.
What happened?
Are we purging? Are we butt chugging?
Are we? Is this the repurge?
This is the repurge number 2. Actually, it's a repurge, as Twiz so eloquently stated earlier. Maybe my phone's just updating. I wonder what that is. Maybe.
I was a little disappointed and butthurt with you earlier when you started quitting on me. I'm like, well, I'm here for the long run, sir. 4 scores and more than 17 purges ago, we started this here mission.
Listen, you had me at 4 score.
You had me at sidebar, sir.
Listen, do you remember that time that chick in Tijuana stood you up and you got arrested? Who went down there and saved you and cheered you up and took you to the strip club over here, Crazy Girls? Who was that guy?
Strip club. That's because I refused to go butt chugging with you.
It's got to be some.
You know, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you don't want to do in Tijuana, and one of those things is certainly butt chugging.
Listen, I highly recommend a restaurant called The Donkey Show. If you're familiar with that place. Excellent cuisine,
well,
right off the table.
Here's an ex-girlfriend tale for you, and an ex-girlfriend tale in no respect whatsoever. But did I ever tell you the time that I bungee jumped in Mexico?
Negative. I'd like to hear about that, sir.
You know, there's long-going. You know, it's kind of the long-going joke. Things you don't do in Mexico. One of those things.
This is gonna wind up in an Idaho4 story. I can feel it already. Go ahead.
No, it's not. But I did bungee jump in Mexico one time, and it was an experience I do not wish to repeat.
That sounds like a very high risk activity, and I don't think an insurance company would cover you on that one.
Oh no, not even a little bit, sir. And it was an interesting experience in Cancun, and at the end of the experience, and that the bungee jumping thing was a horse of a different color. It was the final day of a 5-day every day we had to go to an events and the Powerade Beach Challenge to win $5,000. And myself and my 4 dudes, we were.
Did you say Powerade?
Powerade Beach Challenge, Cancun, Mexico, March of 2003. I'm sitting at a bar in Cancun, Mexico, with 4 of my fellow garbage can dudes. And when the Iraqistan invasion goes on, and we all look at each other like, well, this can't be good for any one of us.
Chick Bay, please don't make it difficult on me and have to change the thing, because, sorry, you're out. Anyway, so, I'm going to need to see some pictures from this, JJ.
Sure. So, 4 days in, we're dominating at number 1. I mean, we're 4. It's me and 4 of my dudes. There's 3 of us that are competing, or me and 3 other of them are competing. The other one brought sand to the beach, if you know what I mean. He brought his girlfriend with him, but you know what I mean.
What an idiot.
Nonetheless, yeah. I mean, who brings their girlfriend to Cancun, right? What a loser. They got in a domestic dispute halfway through the week, and I was the one that pulled the short straw and was sharing a room with him. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to go sleep on the floor in the other room because this is fucking ridiculous.
You still can't. You can never get away from it. That's why you never stay with a couple. Ever.
Oh, trust me, sir. I had no intent. I drew the short straw. And so 3 days, we obviously had to fabricate some tales to get into this event. We were not college students. We were of college student age, but we were not college students. And we were completely
JJ down. JJ down. JJ, did you choke? Are you choking? Oh, he's going out. He's coming back in again. There he is. Are you back? JJ down. So I guess my phone was just updating. You guys, nothing to worry, nothing to fear here. Don't worry. Everything is safe again. Your hero is still active on the phone. So feel free to call me on the line there. If you got the number. JJ down. JJ down. Oh!
Purge.
Holy handsome man. Is that a West Virginia track jacket?
West by God, Virginia, sir.
That is impressive. You know, I saw a West Virginia bumper sticker on a gas cap today. And I couldn't... Or yesterday. It was at Steak and Shake.
That sounds wild and wonderful.
It was. Go on with your Tijuana butt chugging story.
Oh, so my 3 dudes and I, because the other one wasn't competing, he brought us, he brought Sane to the beach, but they were watching the competitions every day. We weren't college students, we were of college age, so we told them, we were University of Maryland students. We were completely eradicating the competition in the Powerade Beach Challenge for $5,000. Mind you, we'd already decided that money was not leaving Cancun. We were going to spend it anyway. But in day 5 of the events, we had to do a relay race type deal of everyone had to get on the 4-wheeler and do this kind of track right in the sand and then come back to the start. And then the next teammate had to get on there and do that. Every day was like that, right? But this was the day we were doing that. And my dude who's 6'7", apparently did not have a good center of balance on that thing, tips it over at like 10 feet from the finish line, and we ended up getting second place. So, and as a result of that, there was a bonus round the following day. And in the bonus round, I didn't want to do this, but again, I drew the short straw. And the bonus round because we were still trying to win, we got, if we could accomplish the bonus round or whatever, get some points, we decided we could still, because we were so far ahead, right, to begin with, we didn't need to pick up much in the bonus round. So the bonus round was climbing a 200-foot tower, 150-foot tower out in the water there, and bungee jumping off the top of it, and then slapping these large ball balloons that were tethered to the ground through some chains. And that comes important because I successfully accomplished my mission in getting the points that necessary for me. There was only two out of the 4 contestants had to do this, so I held up my end of the bargain. And when I say that, it was farfignugan scary as can be, because you go to the top of this tower, there's like stairs, and then like the last 30 feet you're just climbing a ladder, and then you get to the ladder, like there's this little platform and a little Mexican fella. And a little Mexican fella, and they put the little bungee thing on your legs, and then they have you walk out on this plank like an effing pirate.
That sounds like the rickiest shit I've ever heard of my life.
The tower is swaying in the wind, and I have a 5'2" Mexican fella saying, "Oh, hombre, I got you, my friend. I got you." I'm like, "Dude, I'm twice your size, and we're standing on a small plank of wood. You ain't got shit, bud." And he's like, "All right, well, don't jump. I push you off." I'm like, this is all, no, I didn't pay for any of this. This is all part of the competition. I wouldn't pay for this shit. I didn't want to do it in the first place. Dude. So he says, "Don't jump." And then he says, "I'm going to push you." And on the count of 3, he says 1, and then just pushes me, that son of a bitch. And I hit the balloon that I need to hit. And then my dude, Austin, goes up next. He's an interesting character. He's another large individual. I'm not 6'7", but about 6'5", and about 240 pounds. So again, this is not an environment for such large individuals, is what I'm getting at. And the weight that he had coming off the top of that tower to the water, he hit the water. So his head almost hit the water. His arm went under and hit the cable that was holding the bar, or the big balloon ball things. So dude, he's all bleeding and stuff, dude. Like he didn't get any points for it. Yeah, dude, it was a bad day.
Wow. And then your girlfriend.
The lesson learned is you don't go bungee jumping in Mexico, because my dude Austin got all cut up. I was fine, but it was kind of freaky. But my dude Austin got all cut up.
How high was it again? 30 feet?
No, I'd say no. That was the last stretch. Was a 30-foot ladder. I'd say it was 150 to 200 feet.
Holy wow! A new respect for Jage. I think that Mexican people like to see gringos fall. I'm pretty sure it's a thing there.
Yeah, and my dude Austin sounds real dumb. He's from the Jersey Shore in northern New Jersey, Monmouth County. the first time he came out to California one time, because we all go out there in Bay California because a couple of the dudes live out there. I took him to an In-N-Out burger for the first time, and he watches me order, and he's asking me what's good, and he goes up to the counter, and I ordered a Neapolitan shake, and he asked for a Napoleon shake, and the dude behind the counter, he's an American fellow, he's a local, he doesn't understand at all what Austin's trying to tell him with his New Jersey accent there, and he literally looked like I have to translate the situation. Speaking from New Jersey to California, I was like, "What is going on in life right now?"
I want a Napoleon shake, and I'll have a side of Chief James French fries.
Hey, what you guys, huh? What you guys doing?
Forget about it. I'm not paying for it either. I'm part of the...
Hey, give me the two Utes. Give me two of them Utes.
In question. Oh, all right. Well, we're just getting loosened up here. We're at 2 hours.
We're just getting started here at the RePurge. Here, 2 hours in on the RePurge.
What are the time limits or page limits for the RePurge? I'm not sure.
Sir, you got me for about 20 more minutes, but I don't know what other limitations you're working with.
Okay, keep those flammable things out because Mom's watching. Just saying.
Oh shit! How Mama Kane's watching? Huh? All right, there you go.
Sir. She's a late nighter just like us. She's a winger.
She's a pro burger. I like it.
She takes her meals at 1 a.m. and then she starts purging. So we'll have her on here. Maybe I'll do a live purge with her tomorrow. Mom, if you're hungry,
oh, that'd be awesome.
Snap into a sidebar.
Yeah, if your mom's hungry, dude, get her a sidebar, dude.
She loves sidebars for breakfast, and you should too, folks.
Ooh. That's the next move right there, the breakfast sidebar.
I hadn't even considered the breakfast sidebar. And then you could add, like a brunch sidebar with,
Look,
perhaps...
You're going to need your mid-afternoon sidebar.
Glass of Chardonnay or maybe a nice rosé or Asti
Then you got your holiday sidebars, right?
Wow, you can have a July 4th...
You got your kosher sidebar?
July 4th sidebars are the biggest sellers because they explode in your mouth.
Yep. Right in your mouth.
So how do you feel about the verdict today?
Here's a good closure to that ex-girlfriend tale of Cancun, Mexico in March of 2003. Like I said, we're sitting at the bar day 2 of the vacation and our invasion, the garbage can dude invasion of Cancun, Mexico, and we literally are watching the invasion of Iraqistan. We all look at each other simultaneously like this is not good. We're all active duty, military police. So at the time, right? So, on the way back, we're already having an interesting week, and it was not a bad week, but we had an eventful week and all right with the beach challenge, everything else, right? And so we were on some deal with like contracted or airlines or something that my dude's girlfriend, the one that he brought the sand to the beach, we let her do the logistics last time ever that I didn't do it.
I mean, that's a fight in the making right there. You bring a girlfriend down where there's all these girls in bikinis and hanging on the... You're
not only that, sir. I had an entire planned situation, and it was going to be far better than what this lady put together. And I conceded, and to my own demise. Because here's how we got back from Cancun. So we were drunk as shit going down at Denver Airport. We were driving from Great Falls to... I flew back from Korea on my vacation to do these things. Went back to Great Falls, Montana. And we drove down to... I was very tired. It was a long... Dude, flew civilian aircraft back from Korea, dude. And this Korean family was like, oh, cool. And like the mom and dad sat on like the 2 seats to the left of me in the center, 5-seaters, and the 2 kids to the right. And then they just wouldn't care that their kids were just blowing me up the entire time. So I drank about 37 beers and just called it a day. Dude, it was a 17-hour flight, bro. 17-hour flight. Then I get in a car for 10 hours to Denver. Then I get wasted that morning at Denver and get on an airplane. And we get on the contracted little airplane thing, and they double booked our seats. So there's 3 of us sitting together, right? Or 4 of us sitting together, like one across the aisle, but 3 of us in one row. And they're like, oh, this family's like, oh, well, we have these seats. We're like, all right, no worries. We'll get to some different seats. And we let the family, the mother and father and the 2 children sit there in those 4 seats. And I asked the stewardess said, well, this is double book. Can you help me find a new seat? And they did. She was kind of salty about it for some reason. I'm like, well, look, lady, you're the ones who double booked the seats, not me. And we're letting this family sit together. What's your problem, lady? She was giving me beef from the onset, and then she puts us in some seats. Well, obviously we're going to talk to each other. So we weren't hollering or disrupting anything, but we were talking to each other across multiple rows. And if the person 2 rows from on each side couldn't hear the other one, we were relaying messages. And and they cut me off on the plane. She had some weird math formula. She's like, you've had too much to drink, and 2 drinks in the air equals 1 on the ground. I'm like, I don't think you're educated enough to make these decisions, lady. And you double booked my seats, remember? So fast forward a week, same crew, same piloted situations. She didn't forget me. So she blamed me for the entire mess of everyone yelling at each other, as she would later proclaim. We're sitting in the front row of the plane, and she says to me, she comes back to me, she says, and this is everyone's still filing in, dude, I didn't sleep the night before. I was drunk as piss. I hadn't slept in over 24 hours. I've been drinking for like a day, and I had at the end of a long week, right? And she says to me, you're going to have to give a receipt, sir. The pilot needs to sit here. And I said, no, ma'am. The pilot needs to sit up there in the cockpit. He's flying the plane. And she gets in real close to me, like right in my face, and she says, listen here, mother effer. If you don't shut your mouth, stand up out of your seat and walk to the back of the plane, I'm going to leave you in Cancun. And I looked at my dudes, and he's like, she means business. I was like, I don't doubt she does. So I stood up, walked to the back of the plane. She gave me literally a milk crate, a milk carton crate, those little plastic milk crates, and put it behind the galley section, like the closeted area there in the back, and said, here's your seat. I sat there for the next 2.5 hours on the flight back to Denver. That was
you were lucky to have it.
Cancun trip. Dude, she was serious. When I sat, she goes, if you open your mouth, if you make one word, I'm going to leave you in Cancun. I was like, no. I just kind of shook my head and just sat down. She meant business. I don't know why she was so butthurt with me, or why out of the whole crew, why I got fingered and picked as the ringleader is beyond me, or the problem for that matter.
Well, Freddie also got fingered.
Freddie got fingered real bad. I hate, that movie was, I'm a big fan of cinema, sir, but that movie I have never been able to finish.
It's worth making it through that movie. If you can make it through that, you have some fortitude, sir.
I walked out of the theater.
Daddy,
I walked out of the theater in and around the time.
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
No, there was something to do with a cat or something like that.
There were some odd things.
Like, I'm out of here,
yeah, he's an attention seeker back then. I see what you did there, JJ. You took the ex-girlfriend story to the next level by offering an ex-girlfriend story that you haven't finished yet, by the way, about a friend's ex-girlfriend. Not even your own ex-girlfriend. Oh, well, that's next level, brother.
I'm glad you brought that up, sir. So last night I said I didn't sleep and everything else. I ended up getting into a fight, and I'm not even a fighter, to be quite honest with you. I'm not saying I can't fight. I'm saying I'm not one. I've never attacked anybody in my entire life. But this dude attacked me, and we were on one of them booze cruises to some sort of island. And my dude's girlfriend that he brought staying to the beach, and she'd been a real bitch all week to everybody, not just me, who I had to move the room out of the room or whatever at one point because they're domestic stuff. She starts making out with a dude.
What?
On that island, yeah, and like my dude Sam's over somewhere else. I'm going over to use the restroom or whatever. I see this whore Colleen making out with this dude, and I just said, "Hey, Colleen, that's inappropriate. You might want to go find Sam." And then her dude that she was making out with, his buddy, then just assaults me. Right? I mean, obviously he didn't end well for him, but what I'm saying is it was a rough night. And then at the end of that night, I have to deal with the stewardess lady. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But needless to say, it was a weird ride back from Colorado when my dude and his girl broke up on that island that night. And so they rode back in one car to Great Falls, Montana for 10 hours. And the other 4 of us piled up into literally the front seat of an effing truck. I'm not making that up. We all piled in the truck. Because none of us were riding in that car, dude, for 10 hours to get out of town.
You know what I'm trying to wrap my head around? Is how this chick pulled off this full-on scuba instructor move, man. And you wound up on the milk crate.
Right, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. I told them fellas in the car right back. This is the last time I concede any efforts in logistics and planning of these invasions, because this is ridiculous, guys.
It's a losing
And
battle.
then
You always have that rogue element that's going to bring along their crazy girlfriend, future ex-girlfriend.
So well, and to his defense, so one of our other dudes screwed him over. I don't know the particulars or whatever. He paid for his bought his package or whatever, his trip package or whatever, and then dude backed out and made up, whatever, screwed him over. So that's why he ended up bringing his girlfriend. And to that regard, also, I voted against our friend Vinny going, our dude Vinny, because Vinny's a maniac. And I'm like, look, guys, I love Vinny, he's great, but if we take Vinny with us, because the other dudes are my roommates,
we
Vinny's
may
one
not
of our
return.
dudes. We would definitely not return. So
Yeah,
Vinny,
I know Vinny.
Vinny O'Shana, he's the sidekick to Patrick Bet David on the Patrick Bet David podcast. He's a stand-up comedian.
Let me ask you a quick question, not to interrupt you, but was he an ex-Navy SEAL, this Vinny?
No, he's a former Air Force military police dude. That's what I'm saying. He's part of my crew up in Montana, but he's a maniac. I mean, he's a great dude, but
you know him too well to take him to Mexico.
I know him way too well.
You don't want to bring something that's going to get you detained in Mexico.
Yeah,
it's not
well,
pleasant.
here's the deal. We already had run-ins with the local PD about every week, you know what I mean? So we were already regulars with them. I was like, we can't do that to Mexico, fellas. We're going to get ourselves in trouble if we do that.
Yeah, I wish I had that foresight in a couple of my trips down to Rosarita. That's ridiculous.
Here's a good Vinny O'Shana story. Again, he's he's Mr. Big Time these days on Patrick Bet David's sidekick. But I take him to a party one time in Great Falls in one of the townies I was dating at the time. She was back from college, visiting her hometown there or whatnot. But taking her to her parents' house. Her parents were out of town. I joined at 17, so I'm like 19 at this point or whatever. But I take him. We all go over to this house party or whatever. It might have been 20, but we all go over there to this house party at her parents' house, or whatever. And Vinny didn't know these girls, this girl specifically, and she didn't know him. And I was like, oh, this should be interesting. Dude raids this girl's, the girl I was sort of dating at the time there, whose house we're at, her parents' house. He raids homegirl's mom's panty drawer and is running around the house nearly naked in her mom's thong. And around the house party, but that's Vinny O'Shana for you. That's what I'm saying. I can't take that dude to Mexico with me.
That crosses so many lines. I don't even know.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. He's got no back. I mean, again, I love the guy. He's hilarious and great to hang out with. But we can't do that in Mexico.
Yeah, I know. I'm absolutely certain that was entertaining as fuck, but just the horror.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It was hilarious. That's what I'm saying. We can get away with that in Great Falls, Montana, at some towny girl's parents' house. We ain't getting away with that in Mexico, dude. That shit ain't popping off down there.
Well, I was previously known as the artist as KB. They had on Sarge's channel, he had the worst insult I think I've ever heard for one of the other creators, and he said that he was masturbating to pictures of his own mother or something like that.
Yikes.
I was just like, maybe the censor's ears will perk up on that one, but it's worth sharing
dude.
that little note.
You're featuring me, dude. What's up with that?
He reaches deep, bro. I don't know. He's his own man. That's Sarge. He's just his own guy. He's unpredictable. That's for damn sure.
That's not what I'm referring to. You're out here sanctioning me, dude. What's up?
I don't know that any of those words fall into the necessary immediate censorship category. It's the other ones, the list, the 7 words you can't say on Kane B's The Purge that are the important ones.
From the sound of things, there's about 47 words I can't say here on Kane B's The Purge.
I do have another list at the ready for the next purge, should there be one.
There you go.
I'm thinking.
There you go. There you go with that defeated attitude.
I keep dumping all my girlfriends, my harem. They call the girls in my chat the harem.
I call them Kane's Angels because you got yourself a little Charlie's Angels situation going.
There's Mooneyville. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. Welcome to Dane. Welcome in. Caroline Prestagi. That's a fancy. I've been trying to balake up everybody's names. And you can get a ghetto sounding name out of pretty much anybody. It's all in the way you enunciate it. You know, like D Nice and T Oni, T A Ra, C Air. I love the way they think there on that show. It's great. Anyway, was I interrupting your ex-girlfriend story? I'm sorry. Go on, sir.
No, I was just catching up on the chat and seeing if folks enjoyed my GCD adventures.
That was terrific, man. I think we could run a show just running off your old military stories with this Vinny buddy alone. I think we have legs on that one.
Oh well, Vinny's only one character, and he's more of an accessory to the core garbage can dude unit. But he's a solid dude. He's hilarious. But yeah, the garbage can dudes, they're an interesting bunch because after being, I was the only one who made the Air Force a career. The rest of them did an enlistment and got out, and they all did very interesting things. Such as one of them is a robotic engineer in Los Angeles.
Oh no, I just see where this is going. I will say one thing real quick is that Twiz did offer to be the beer cart girl for Lana and I's golf tournament. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What is it? Golf tournament?
Yeah, we're starting the first annual Pro-Am Orlani Purge golf tournament here at Innisbrook in Tarpon Springs in August. And
is this real?
Well, I mean, we got to do something. We've had so many wonderful people support the channel here with super chats and memberships and all these things to get me on the road to Moscow. And now
on the road again.
Oh, I did it again, didn't I? You got me. You got to keep me in check, JJ.
Are you doing what? What are we talking about here? I'm so confused right now, dude.
Well, you're invited, obviously. The Celebrity Pro-Am Innisbrook Invitational Orlani Purge Challenge.
Do you have a master of ceremonies?
Yeah, it's going to be Sky Game, and he's going to play that Purge theme song. Welcome to the Purge. Welcome to the Purge. Are you?
Sadly,
are you cloned or are you getting suntan there, sir? You have a
probably a little bit of both.
Reddish hue.
I am a red man, sir. I'm a Scots-Irish Cherokee fellow, so we do tend to have a reddish hue. I like to say it's the red hue of a stop sign.
Do you know any Scottish? Do you know how to perform any Scottish kung fu, such as "fuck you"? Have you tried that?
First of all, sir, you can't say that on this show. And secondly, I'm so Scottish, sir, I had bagpipes at my wedding.
Farfig nugan you.
So please tell me more about this golf situation. Sadly, my disabilities limits me from playing golf any longer, but I would be happy to participate.
Well, we need a ranger. So if you're good at stomping on a gas pedal and rolling around a golf course yelling at people, you're our guy.
I'm a retired senior non-commissioned officer of the Air Force Military Police, sir. You're talking my language.
Great, because the only other position open was beer cart girl, and Twiz took it.
That is not my style whatsoever. However, I will tell folks, move along, keep it moving. Let's play some golf.
No, that's a serious job, the ranger. That ain't no joke. Let me tell you. These folks, they think they can just get away with anything. They be lighting up doobies on the course there. And,
well, now you're definitely talking my language.
You have to stop them. That's your job.
I thought you meant I was supposed to participate with them in doing that. My bad.
I didn't say you couldn't share the supply. I'm just saying you got to keep them in check when you see them. It's all it's on a per diem basis. So give me some more military X stories. I'm digging this so far.
I presume there were some hula burger payments involved, but
don't worry, but the hula burgers are on the way. I actually have some McDonald's gift certificates that you can cash in at any local restaurant for hula burger. It's on the secret menu at the McD's. I can't believe you out-girlfriend storied me, and it wasn't even about an ex-girlfriend. This is a hard day for me to accept. I might have to dump the Charlie's Angels just on that alone. I'm not sure. I know better than to block Lucy Morningstar. That's for damn sure. Learn my Meg's like, didn't you learn your lesson? because I timed her out the other day. I'm like, clearly not.
I'm glad to see y'all are not beefing any longer. That's very nice.
Yeah, she never gets angry is the problem, and I try to draw it out, and apparently it doesn't work. I'm a kind of an attention whore at times. I'll be honest with you. I'm like a walking soap opera. Yeah, no, I'm literally. I go from town to town, raging in Spanish, because those are the best soap operas. If you've never watched them, is the Spanish soap operas, because Spanish people don't get mad. They don't get angry. Only their eyebrows get angry.
I've watched a fair amount of Telemundo. I was stationed in Arizona for a period of time. You may be familiar with the first time they tried to build a border wall down there in 2006 to 2008, Operation Jumpstart. No, okay.
I slow blinked.
There's a border wall.
I slow blinked you.
There was a border wall attempt started under Bush #2 and continued on under Obama's for a brief period, but it was called Operation Jumpstart. The Air Force and Army, largely through the National Guard components, were attempting to build a border wall, and I was down there. I got sent down there to close down operations in Arizona, and that was an interesting experience. But I was stationed there for about 6 months, almost, probably 5.5. I lived right on the Tempe Scottsdale border. I also was a personal trainer, my part-time at the time there at the local LA Fitness in Scottsdale. And I'll tell you this, sir, you would have enjoyed that experience. There was more silicone than iron in that place, if you know what I mean. I can hear you now. Yes. Yikes. We here at the Purge do not advocate nor condone the acts of butt chugging. However, we do realize these things do occur. Coomer Scott Green being the Sigma Kappa 84 champ there.
Daddy Green. They couldn't hear a word I just said, by the way. They're like, what is JJ talking about? Anyway, yeah, no, you ex-girlfriend storied me. I don't know where we go from here, to be honest, JJ. You're very good. You're adept at picking me up and then just pulling the rug out from under me. It's amazing. I've noticed this pattern.
Well, here's the deal, sir. I'm a garbage can dude. That's what we do here.
It tempts me, sir, to want to clone you, but I know better. I will refrain.
There's no sooner way for me to get out of here right now than cloning me.
I can't believe you haven't faded out. The excitement that the leaker has brought to this day for you has given me lots and lots of GCD time, and I like it.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm fading fast, but I had a pretty energizing and fun-filled conversation with your old crush Cosmic Peach, and I don't want to crush your desires and hopes and dreams.
Stop.
But Cosmic Peach is got a second one on the way. She's got another baby coming in.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a second boyfriend, and I didn't have a chance. So there's still a chance.
No, she and her husband just found out they got another baby on the way. So congratulations to the Peaches.
Congratulations to the Miss Peach. I am still standing strong, waiting for Deborah to come around. She's a Florida gal, and I think she digs the bald fatties. She's a chubby chaser. We connected. We had an interwebs thing.
Just tell her you're part Cuban and your cousins. What's that Cuban fella down there, the rapper?
Schindler's List.
Yep. Tell him your cousins with Schindler's List.
It's got to be
Pitbull.
Huckleberry. Mike Huckleberry.
Tell him you're part Cuban and your cousins with Pitbull, dude. I'm sure she'll be into that.
Listen, all I have to say is I'm kind of a big deal, which is the way I ended your show the other night. Which was pretty smart ass of me.
Nah, it's a good time, man. I enjoyed your Purge invasion of the Operation GCD movie review, and I hope you join us for more.
Yeah, no, we didn't exactly see eye to eye on all topics, did we? I'm getting a little tongue-tied here now myself.
I thoroughly enjoyed the discourse, and so
Yeah.
did many others.
It brought a lot of. Oh, did you get comments? Can you read off some of the comments? I like to hear the comments. Like, Kane is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever heard in my life.
No, and dude, like I said, like what you were expressing was in much respect how I viewed a lot of those subjects many years ago, and I just, I think you make some good points because there was musically talented individuals, right? There were some of those, but even those guys, were they the most? And that's what Dave McGowan poses in his book, Weird Scenes Inside the Canyon, is even the musically talented ones, or the ones that were later, like David Crosby, who later learned how to play. Were they the most skilled? Is that why they were selected? And he just argues, no. That's but your points were well made.
You make a good point, actually, right there, and you just twisted my brain hole back into my ears.
In your face, sir. In your face.
Yeah, in the face.
Move along. Move along. We got some tea times to make. See, I'm just practicing for your golf stuff.
Kick some rocks, Proberger. The point you made was that maybe they were talented, but perhaps not the most talented, maybe supported by talented songwriters and musicians. Here's the thing. Let me make 2 points at the same time. Let me unalive 2 Tweeties with 1 stone. First off, you make a great case because that proliferates in the modern age. This is why you don't have local radio stations playing local bands' music. Why not? Why isn't there a radio station dedicated to comedy? Of course, you have that on satellite radio, but in the free media stream, you're going to hear the same 6 Black Sabbath songs or Maneater or something, whatever channel you're listening to, 80 times in a week. There's nothing new. They're not trying to promote people that are great musicians that are trying to work hard. They're just paying into the same rotation. Now, looking back, that could have very well been the case then as well, where they're promoting the people that they wanted to promote that were already down with the sickness. That's great. That's a great point, JJ. I like that.
Dude, 110%, sir. Have you ever heard, and I'm being a smartass, because I'm sure you have you ever heard of the tales of Rodrigo?
I am Enrico Montoya. I'm familiar with that one. Rodrigo? Is this
am I making that name up?
Is this a Cosmic Peach story? That sounds Cosmic Peachish. Rodrigo. No, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not. I could Google it and lie, but I haven't heard.
Is this the Purge?
Did I upset you, sir? Rodrigo. Should I know
his name was Sixto Rodriguez. He recorded an album in 1970. His music company and publisher screwed him over. He then was laying bricks as a bricklayer in Detroit, Michigan for the next 25 years. Suddenly, his song "Searching for Sugarman" became a hit in the apartheid rebellions of South Africa, and suddenly this whole lore and culture grew around this guy, and everyone thought he was dead. And then suddenly 2 dudes from South Africa came to America and was like, hey man, you're the biggest rock star in South Africa, and he's some bricklayer in Detroit because he got screwed over by the music industry, but he's an extremely talented artist. And he was finally, before he died in life, he was recognized for that.
Damn it, JJ, you did it again. You twisted
face,
my
sir.
whole psyche around. You're good at that, aren't you?
I'm very well skilled and trained, if you're asking me, yes, sir.
I'm learning things. We're having a good time. We're having fun. Is that Wikipedia link? Is that for Heather?
Those two South African fellas made a documentary called "Searching for Sugarman," because that's what they called this guy in South Africa, Sugarman, because that was a song. And again, it's some good music, dude. I like it, but it's an interesting story too.
Searching. Now, I am familiar with South Africa as far as a music studio.
You've never heard of that nation? I assure you. Is that a real place?
Oh no, it's one of my surf destinations. J Bay is definitely the longest wave in the world. But I've heard of South Africa because of the Dutch. The Pennsylvania Dutch go there for their holidays. And as far as South Africa goes, there was one of the most luxurious recording studios ever made there. And it had swimming pools and resort living with the fancy hotel. You had your own bungalow. You came to record, and blah, blah, and they had the best equipment. I'm wondering if that's connected to your story. Are you familiar with the technical side of it?
No, but this dude recorded an album in Detroit. His company screwed him over, and he didn't make any money. And then 25 years later, it became the biggest song of the apartheid rebellion in the apartheid situation. Basically, the citizens of South Africa used it as their freedom song. Right?
Is it something we'd be familiar with? Is it "We Are the World" or?
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. You probably never heard this song if you haven't heard of old Sixto Rodriguez there, but the song's called Sugarman. And that's why the documentary is called Searching for Sugarman, but it's a song written and recorded by Sixto Rodriguez in September of 1969 and released on his debut studio album Cold Fact in 1970. He had a 2-album deal, and again, they screwed him over. So he never made any money off of this. And for years, it was the biggest song ever in South Africa, and that old production company wasn't paying him anything until these two South African fellas tracked him down because he was a legend there that everyone thought was just dead in America, and then they found him.
Damn, that would make a great Patreon subject right there too. You're blowing my mind tonight, dude. I'll be honest with you.
You're gonna love this story. I figured you might be aware of it, but you're gonna love this story. It's a pretty amazing tale. But yeah, he's a very talented musician who got screwed over by the industry, right?
Gotcha.
But the Searching for Sugarman documentary, I highly recommend that as well because, again, it tells the tale of these two South African fellas who came to find their hero from the 90s efforts. This became the freedom song there. Again, about 25 years after it was recorded is when it really became a big thing there. And, you know, these guys, again, the legend grew that this Sugarman fella, as they called him there in South Africa, was dead. He was just some old dude in America that died years ago, and they went and found him. Sixto Rodriguez.
And that had worked laying bricks and never saw a penny from the money.
Never saw a penny, dude.
Yeah, I know plenty of those stories. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Listen, I can hear your gears winding down over there, and my throat is literally let it close up from yapping to my angels here today, and I think we should probably do a quick wrap up if you want.
Is this the Purge? I appreciate all the Purgers and appreciate the invite, sir. And see you Purgers next time. Because despite the volume of times Kane's tried to break up with all of us tonight in the Purge, we're purging. 4 scores and more than 17 Purges ago, sir. I joined you here on this Purge. We're going to complete this mission, sir.
You had me at 4. JJ.
Let me know your thoughts on Searching for Sugarman, and I'll catch you folks later. I appreciate your time.